Good morning, my friends, and happy Tuesday. I am so excited to be with you here in our next Team Shine On event, Bloom and Bling. We are just kicking this off. This is day 2 of our Bloom and Bling event, and we are so thrilled that you are here. So, as you are joining us this morning or this afternoon, I am in California. So it's still morning for me. Make sure you say hello and let us know where you're tuning in from. And definitely tag your stylist, okay? If you're like, I don't know how to do that, you're going to do the little @ symbol. And then you're going to start typing in your stylist name and you'll see it pop up. And then you tap it, and then that's how you tag your stylist. So let your stylist know that you are here and you are watching this, whether it is live or the replay, okay? As replay viewers, it is so super important that you also check in and let us know you're here. So either way, we are so grateful that each and every one of you are here. And before I jump into the bling part of our video this morning, I want to um, talk about the Bloom side of our event and what that has meant for me as a stylist here at Park Lane. So, my name is Jen. And I have been with Park Lane for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in August. And I am so excited for how Park Lane has helped me to bloom individually. So I started when I had a 3-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. They are now almost 10 and 12. And when I started, I was working a full-time job. So I had one in daycare. I had one that thankfully I had a little bit of flexibility. I took one of them to work with me part-time, and then did daycare. Then there was like some TK in there in daycare. So but someone always was in daycare at that point. And then fast forward to 2021. Um, and I was done with not being available for my kids, right? As they were going to school, I wanted to be the one that was dropping them off. As they were starting to just be more talkative and learning and all of those, I wanted to be the one for me personally who is doing a lot of that. And so um I walked away from my full-time job, and I'm so grateful for the way that Park Lane bloomed me in confidence, not only to show up for myself and for my family, but also for my team that was growing as well, and continues to grow. And just so grateful for all of those things. When I started Park Lane that 10 years ago, my only thought was that I wanted to pay off my student loans, which is such an amazing goal. And we were able to do that pretty quickly here at Park Lane. And I was so excited while I was working along my full time job that I could fit in Park Lane in the pockets of time. And then I could use that paycheck to fully go towards those student loans and get those paid off. And I am so grateful that we were able to do that, because in that season, right, that bloomed our bank account as we were able to name our Park Lane income for those student loans and not taking away from my full-time job, and that bottom line dollar that our family used as well. And then we were able to continue to do other things with our Park Lane income too, which would include saying yes to the kids a bit more, doing those fun like extras like a zoo membership, or going to Disneyland, or just being able to do fun things in the summertime, summer camps, right? A lot of those things that maybe you kind of put on the back burner, or you're like, it's if we have the income for that. But I was able to create that income here with Park Lane because I was able to name my income and be able to work as much or as little as I needed to in each season of our life. So just really grateful for the bloom side of Park Lane and how it has bloomed and blossomed in our family. And now it is just something that my kids have only really known me to do. And I'm so grateful for just the presence that I'm able to be for them, being able to pick up and drop off every day at school, be able to be present on school campus when extra things are needed, so many fun things. So that is just a little bit of the Bloom side of my story. And if you are waiting for a reason to say yes, this is your sign, okay? Because it is such a beautiful process to be able to lean into blossoming yourself as you lean into learning from your leaders, as you lean into learn from all of the trainings that we have available, and you really truly find out who you are at your core as you begin to just lean into such a beautiful process and get to know so many amazing men and women that are on this fun journey with you. And as you just encourage one another, it just has been an amazing process for me. So I would encourage you to jump in too. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the bling side of our Bloom and Bling. I am really excited about my fun little fashion topic today because I'm going to be talking about scarves and incorporating them into your jewelry, into your fashion. Scarves are having a real moment right now. Let me know if you have seen this trend at all, or if you're like, yeah, nope, trend is not happening where I am, but it definitely is happening. And I want to kind of show you some ways to incorporate that in your jewelry and using the scarves as an additional accessory for yourself as well. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. I have three different kind of styles of um, scarves. I have one that is very thin. This one is great for tying to your purses as an extra little accessory too. We're going to be talking about that. But this one is pretty thin. And then I have one that is a little bit larger. Okay, so this one is like this, but still a good one for layering and for tying. Okay, and then this one is even a little bit bigger, as you can see. All right, and this one has some fun ways to style it as well. But when you are looking for scarves, definitely you're gonna find them a lot of places, even in like your regular like big box stores. If you want to go less expensive, definitely can find them on Amazon. You can also find them at thrift stores too. So be looking, kind of keep your eyes open for different colorways, different patterns, and you're going to find yourself, now that I have kind of talked to you about this, your eyes will kind of be open a little bit more to seeing all of the different options that you can find. But I love that you can do florals, you can do patterns, you can do big florals and little florals, so many options. Okay, so let's talk about how you're going to incorporate some of these things with your outfits and your jewelries and your accessories. Okay, as you are jumping on, make sure you say hello. I'm so glad to see so many of you here with us today. Welcome on. Make sure you tag your stylist and let's jump right in. Okay, so the one thing about scarves is that it gives you the ability to have color without the commitment. Okay, I definitely chose black and white today because I wanted to show you how you could do a very neutral stack with your jewelry, but then you're going to incorporate some fun color and extra patterns with some of your scarves. Okay, it also gives fun texture and movement to your outfit. So maybe if you had a button up, right, a nice structured white button up top, and then you add a fun pop of color with a scarf, that creates some different texture, some fun soft movement movement as well. So it just gives a whole different look. When we talk about shopping from your closet, right? You are going to open up your closet and see things like a white structured tee or white structured button up that you've worn maybe, 100 times. But then when you match some extra patterns and movement to it, you create a whole nother look. Okay. So the first way that we're going to do is we're going to do it with a stacked neck look. So we're going to use Peggy for this because it's just a little bit easier to put on and off here than on me. So we're just going to do a regular, like a standard tie. Now, I will tell you that if you go on to YouTube, if you go onto TikTok and you look up how to tie a scarf, you are going to have so much fun learning all types of way to tie your scarf. And it's so fun. Okay. So the first one, we're just going to do like a little side knot. Okay. And you're going to put it up a little bit closer to your neck where it's comfortable. You might not want it super close. You might want to give it a little breathing room, which of course you can do that, okay? Then what you can do is you can start layering some necklaces, okay? So actually, you know what? Before we add the scarf, we're going to add the necklaces, okay? Because your daintier necklaces, you want to add below your scarf, maybe a couple above them. So keeping it simple, right? Having your hazy, your foxy, then maybe you're going to throw on your scarf, right? So then you can kind of see where things are, right? So then we've got some pops out coming here. Maybe we're going to add one more over the top um of the scarf. Maybe we're going to pull in some color with the orchid and we're going to put that on top of the scarf to kind of hang down and give it even some three-dimensional, right? Because that's going to kind of hang out towards you a little bit more, and then you're going to have those soft layers coming out from the bottom, right? This would be a great way to add a pop of color too. So we did that with the orchid. Maybe we can do that with the pistachio, right? And add that in there. Don't be afraid to just kind of play with your scarf too and see how it looks. Maybe it looks good, kind of nestled into the necklace. Can you guys see that? Let me pull her up a little closer. All right, so maybe you're going to even tie the scarf into the necklace a little bit, right? So don't be afraid to play with it. It might take you a moment to figure out how it's going to work for you, right? But having a basic white and then adding some fun color, that is a great way to add some pops, okay? Now, you can also do this with a longer necklace as well. I would definitely recommend still keeping a shorter necklace up close, because if you're going to go with a longer necklace, like maybe the Eternal, right? So this is going to hang down a bit longer, and then maybe you're going to take your longer scarf and it's going to be more drapey, right? So maybe it might drape a little bit more onto your shoulders. And then you're going to tie it so that you're still seeing your shortest necklace hang out here. And then you have the longer one that is also kind of peeking out as well. So that's a great option. Of course, when you're using scarves, I always feel like big earrings like the Coralie or the Chantel are great earrings. Anything that are fun, big hoops are great when you're wearing a scarf as well. Okay. All right. So that is some layering that you could do with a scarf. The next one is, how do you pair a scarf literally with your jewelry? Okay. And this one is such a fun one. This is one of the first ways that I tried wearing a scarf with jewelry, and I kind of am obsessed now, and such a fun way to do this. So, um, when you're adding your scarves really along with your jewelry, it adds softness to metal. Okay, so for example, let's take the chain portion of the Trudy necklace. Of course, this can be done in silver and gold. I'm going to show you some silver in a moment as well. But you're going to clasp the necklace, okay, so that it's clasped together. Then you are going to put the entire necklace right like this. So you're going to create kind of a half and half look. So I'm going to thread the scarf through the necklace, okay? So now we have necklace and scarf, okay? It's just layered over top of the necklace, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull both of them to the front, okay? So now I have the loop of the chain, okay? And then we're going to pull the scarf here, and we're going to thread one of the pieces of the scarf through, and then we're going to give it a tie. Can I do this backwards? Let's see. Okay. So then you're going to give that a tie. Now, I definitely would here, let's just do this. Fold this a little bit better so it's not so bulky. And this is where a thinner scarf is also a great idea. Okay, so we're just gonna fold this a bit more so that it's not so bulky. All right, so same thing, we'll loop it through here. And we're gonna come around, and then we're gonna tie it off like so. So then you have the chain on one side, and then you have the scarf on the other side. Then you can continue to add a few other layers. Maybe if we take apart the Alexa necklace and add in the lock with this, you can even do this same look. Actually, I have it right here. Let's do it. This same look with the chain from the Alexa necklace. So maybe you're simply just going to take your Alexa necklace and take it apart. Let's try it with this thinner one. Okay, so this is the chain from the Alexa necklace. We're going to leave the lock from the Alexa necklace. The only piece I'm not going to use is the short heart one. You probably could, but that's the only piece I'm not going to use. So again, you have your chain, you have your scarf. We're going to pull that around. One of them is going to go through, and then you're going to tie it in whatever way that you would like. And again, if you want it longer, right, it doesn't have to be right at your neck. Just tie the scarf a little bit looser, and then you have this super fun stacked chain look. How fun is that, right? Adding just a fun pop of color to your look, okay? So good. Do we love it? Okay. I'm going to show you one more gold option, then I'm going to show you some silver as well, because this one might possibly be my favorite. Okay. How many of you have the mini necklace? Okay. How many of you have the mini necklace? The mini has this stunning Rolo style chain, and it has the puffy heart that goes along with it. Okay. So puffy heart with the chain. All right. We're going to take off the puffy heart, and we're going to replace it with our scarf. So now our scarf becomes our chain, and it adds such a fun pop of color. Okay. So now we're going to use that as the chain. We're going to tie the scarf behind our neck. Okay. Again, at whatever length is comfortable for you. Now you have a super soft pop of color. Is that so cute? Okay, I am literally in love with this. You can add some more layers. You could even take that chain that comes along with the mini necklace and incorporate that right along with it. Y'all, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. What do you guys think? Tell me. So again, that's where different widths of your scarf are going to come into play, because maybe you're going to take off um, your entire charm from your aspen necklace, and then you can kind of play with adding some charms onto your scarves. The possibilities are endless, all right? And with the way that Park Lane makes so many of our jewelry pieces convertible, it really is a great way to use them in different ways. Okay. All right. Here's another one that you can do is with things like the token necklace. Now, my friends, I do have a question for you. Okay. How many of you have gotten the token necklace? Because I have a little bit of a feeling that it's kind of a sleeper. Okay. Have you slept on the token necklace, right? Meaning, have you not gotten it yet? Because it's so good. All right. And one that you definitely want to incorporate into your jewelry box. I really love wearing it with graphic tees. I love it on more casual, like sport type days where I'm heading to kids sporting events or professional sporting events. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. And a lot of those same things that we just did, you can do with the token necklace. So what if we took the silver Trudy necklace, okay? And then we're going to layer it with the token, right? Coming around. And then our token is our piece that peeps out, right? Okay. Again, play with the knotting. I'm just doing it real quick so that we can show lots of different things here. But the knotting can be so different. You even can do some fun, like in and out um of your necklaces where you kind of like weave it, right? So then you've got the chain and the scarf kind of woven in together. And if you did that kind of around your necklace, that would be another fun one. So have some fun, right? How about adding some pearls to this look? What if we added, let's change to this scarf, right? Adding some or pulling out some of the blues in here. So with the Bodhi necklace, has the blues and the pearls in here, just gonna instantly soften this look even more because you have the pearls tied in with the scarf. Okay. So Chantilly necklace, right? You could definitely pull apart pieces of the Chantilly necklace and do this. Have some fun with your jewelry, my friends. That is really what I want to encourage you to do. You could add in something like the Eden necklace, right? If you don't love the token, and add some more sparkle in here. So many good things, okay? Okay, here is another option, is that you can pair your scarves with bracelets. Now you're like, what are you talking about, girl? What do you mean? Okay. Here's what I mean. So you can take your scarves and you have your bracelet stack, right? And then you're just going to simply do until it's comfortable, right? Until it's comfortable, do a little wrap, and then you're going to tie it in a knot. Now, you might need some help with this, okay? Because it is a little strange to tie a knot with one hand. But you can put on an impression bracelet. I believe in you, okay? Maybe you're gonna double knot it. I'm not gonna double knot it because I don't want to be able to not get it off right this moment. But do it a little bit shorter, right? So you just have a little bit of the little tabs. And then you're gonna add a fun, soft pop of color along with your bracelets. Okay. You can stack these up with things like the marshmallow. It would be so pretty, all stacked up with a couple of marshmallows. Of course, with things like Tanner and Embraceable, it would look so good with. And what that really does is it adds softness to your metal stacks by, again, having that fun pop of color in a soft way that you're able to incorporate those fun color to a neutral outfit on also. Hello, words are hard. So adding your softness and your color to a neutral outfit with your scarves as well. Okay. All right. Honorable mention here is that you can add your scarves to handbags, right? To the handles of them. You can wrap the handles. You can do an extra fun little tie to them. Fun for ponytails. If you have longer hair, then bring back the style where you're just doing a quick little loop into your ponytail, right? And having that in the back and using that. You can use it as a fun little, headband into your hairstyles as well. There's a lot of things that are trending right now. If you're looking up fashion with scarves, you'll be able to find a lot of fun things. Okay. The last thing that I want to show you is using your rings or a ring that you like, because maybe have you ever been on the website where you are looking and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that ring, but it doesn't come in your size, but you love it so much. How about something like the Rosie, right? You can use your rings as a slide for your scarves, right? If you need a little bit of secure so that it doesn't, fall out, you can add a little knot to it, right? Then you have this extra fun pop of bling to your scarves with your rings as a slide. How about if you want something thinner, any of the Josie rings? I know some of them are limited in sizes now, but maybe you still want that color, right? Then you can slide your Josie ring onto your scarf as well. And for that matter, you could even do some layering with your rings on your scarf. So you could do waterfall along with this, right? You could have so much fun with your rings and for slides on your scarves as well. I'm really obsessed with, where is she? Oh my gosh, I just lost the name of this ring. What is it? One of our stylists. Let us know, or if you have it, let us know. I'm going to try to look it up real quick. The Cosmo. The Cosmo, of course. She's a little Cosmo flower, right? Okay, but this one is so good as a slide for your scarves as well. Okay, so again, pulling it up as close to your neck or as far down, depending on your neckline and things like that. Just a way to add such a fun pop of color to your outfit. Okay, so have some fun with your jewelry. This is just a fun way to kind of reimagine some of your pieces, to bring some extra fun color to them, and to really bloom into maybe a different way to wear your jewelry, a style that maybe you've never considered, or a style that maybe we're bringing back that you're like, yeah, I used to wear it like that, and now here we are, because of course fashion is definitely something that comes and goes. So let me know, are you going to try some of these looks? Okay. If you do, all right, go into your closet, grab a scarf that's in the back of your closet, pull it out, and try it with some of the pieces that you already have. Maybe you're like, actually, I'm going to need a Trudy now in every color because I want to do that look, or the Alexa, I need it in silver and gold. What are you getting to be able to achieve some of these extra fun looks? Maybe you need a fun pair of big earrings to go with your scarf looks. What are you doing? Okay. Snap a picture of yourself, come back to our Team Shine On page, and share with us in the comments how you are styling your scarves. We want to know. Go post your picture on your stylist VIP page. Okay. If you're trying some of these looks, it would mean the absolute world to your stylist if you post a picture of yourself in their group as well, so that you can show others that you're participating in our Bloom and Bling event, that you're finding value in it. And we encourage you to continue to check back each and every day at noon and at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we can't wait to continue to party with us all week. Remember, get your orders in for your early bird drawings, okay? So the Ivy bracelet, I think there might even be some of the sold out silver version, okay? So get your orders in for the early bird drawings. You don't want to miss out on them. Of course, multiple orders mean multiple entries. Booking your parties, that's like 10 tickets into the entries. That is the way to go, my friends. So if you haven't booked a party at all or in a long time, or maybe you did and you're like, this sale with the $60 is so good that I'm going to go and grab a couple of girlfriends to place an order and be able to get 10 tickets into this Bloom and Bling event. Make sure you do that too, okay? All right. I hope you guys had a fun time learning a little bit about color and scarves, and we can't wait to see you back soon. Bye, friends.